Reagan, let's get a divorce. There's no reason for us to be a couple anymore.
Excuse me? It's not April Fool's Day yet, Darian, so what is this all about?
Really think that me of all people would be joking about something like this? If that's the case, then how about you grab a glass of water, pour it over your head to wake yourself up?
I knew you weren't joking. You aren't the type to ever joke around anyway, and you hate when I try to have any fun. So that really does mean you want to get a divorce now, right?
That's right. To prepare for this, I've already gone out and gotten the divorce papers. I've already filled out and signed my part, so now it's just on you to finish this off for us.
Now, hold on there, Darian. You should start by telling me why exactly you want to get a divorce.
You want me to give you the reason? Oh, there's no point in doing that now. I just don't see this relationship between you and I going well anymore, so that's why I'm wanting to call things off now. So go ahead and sign the papers like I've asked.
Well, until you give me your reason behind all of this, I'm not going to comply. There's also this whole thing with my daughter turning 18 years old this year, right? We're not going to have to really worry about her anymore. So from here on out, it's supposed to be just you and I enjoying the later years of our life together, right? Now give me your exact reason for why you think a divorce is such a good idea.
It's because they're no longer being a child in the house anymore, but I want this divorce. I was thinking this would be the perfect timing for me to end things with you, now that your daughter's leaving.
What?
I'm very thankful for what you've done, because you took on all the chores and cooking in the house, as well as raised the girl. I was able to focus all my time into work and the like. But here's the thing. Now that there's no longer going to be a kid around the house, I no longer need you.
Excuse me?
It was really fun having a kid around, you know. But now that she's turning 18 and will be off to college soon, there's no need in us being married. So please just sign the divorce papers for me. I want to go into the second part of my life alone, so that I can start from square one again.
And it's a problem for you to have me with you in that next part of your life. How? I was planning on focusing on spending more time with you now that there won't be a kid in the house anymore.
Let me make this a little more clear for you. In this new part of my life, you are no longer necessary. Now, since you're no longer of any use to me, please pack your things, get ready to leave the house. Once Kayla has had her graduation and everything, you are out of there. This is how things are going to happen.
Hey, Mom, there's something I'd like to ask you. Have you been getting in the talks with Dad about getting a divorce? Why do you want to know about all of that? Was I acting strange or something this morning? I was trying to continue living life as though nothing had been going on between him and I. It's not that, Mom. If anything, I'm asking because you've been acting so normal, but I see it now. What you just said confirms that you and Dad have been talking about divorce. Why are you laughing about that? And why do you already know about the divorce? Did your dad already talk with you about the divorce or something? I didn't hear anything from Dad about this. What? One of your friends? You remember my good old friend May, who I've been friends with since middle school? Well, her and I ran into one another the other day while I was walking home from school. Oh, I remember May. Actually, was that on the day you came home late from your graduation rehearsal? That's right. At the time, she was out with some of my other friends from middle school, and, well, while I was on my way home, she was with them all at the park, so I decided to drop by and talk. At that time, we both started talking about how things have been going and where we're going for school next. From what she was telling me, though, she's gotten herself a job working at a strip club here in town. Apparently, she doesn't want to go to college and would rather just start working. Oh, well, is that right? Well, if that's what she wants to do, then so be it. She has always had such a body, if you know what I mean. And didn't she get her first boyfriend back in 7th grade or something? He was a freshman in high school, which was pretty big news to everyone. I suppose being surrounded by boys that early on really had an effect on what she wants to do in life. That's what she was saying too, Mom. And from what she's been told, a lot of men at that club love her. She's making so much money right now that I'm sure she'll never need to go to school again. Well, as long as she's happy with that line of work. Well, she was also talking about how hard the work is. She has to work all night and sleep all day most of the time. There are some pretty strange men that'll go there too, she said, and, one of those men happens to be Dad, of all people. When she said that, I was so shocked that I just started laughing. What did you just say? She told me to take a look at the texts this guy was sending her, so I took her phone and had a look through everything. That's when I realized she was talking about Dad, and then she confirmed that with me. Apparently, he is so invested in the strip club now that the only thing I can do is laugh. I honestly cannot believe this. He's always been such a serious man and even told me that he hates indecent women. There were even times when other men from his office would try and take him to a strip club, yet he'd never budge. Really? Well, from what May has told me, he's been going there all year. Sometimes even going as much as 3 times a week. What? 3 times a week? She said he went about 3 times last week as well. So he might be telling us that he's staying late at work, but in reality, he's going out to that strip club. I guess he'd rather have fun out with those ladies than come home to see us. And, well, he's most interested in a woman my age, to the point that from those texts I read through, I could tell he'd want to ask for a divorce. There's no way. He's already told you he wants a divorce now, right? After he said that to you, I got another text from May. She started to talk about how he said to her that he'd be getting a divorce and asked me if everything here was okay. May's been worried about you and I ever since, actually. So that's why you know about all of this? And now I have a better understanding of your dad, too. Oh, please don't blame May for anything, okay? She's just been doing her job, and part of that has involved Dad, of all people. She's actually wanted to tell him to stop coming to her multiple times now, but I told her not to do that. This is a problem within our family, and she shouldn't have to get involved any more than she already has. Of course I'm not going to blame her for anything, and I completely understand how you feel about things now. Please tell May that I'm sorry for what your dad's been doing, okay? I'm sure things are really tough for her, having to please one of her friends' dads like that. I've already apologized to her more than enough. May's already told me about how annoying Dad is at the club when he comes. Saying he tries so hard to find her, and when he does, he'll speak to her about things like marriage and how he'll love to have a family. He doesn't even do anything you'd normally do at a strip club half the time because he's too focused on marriage with her. She never thought Dad was this crazy of a man. I feel the same way, to be honest. I never thought your dad was that crazy. At least it doesn't seem to me that he was spending too much there, so I'll forgive him for that. But the fact that he hasn't just been going there 3 times a week sometimes, but to go and see a girl that's his daughter's age? What the hell? I can't be bothered with your dad anymore. I think that by this point, the best option is to give him what he wants and get that divorce. Please don't worry about me at all, Mom, and do what you think must be done here. What? You are my kind and loving mom, after all, so I don't want you to live with a man like that anymore. And you don't even need me to give you my opinion on anything since I'm moving out this year and will have my own job and money going into college. There really is no need worrying about me, Mom, so please do what you want with the loser. Kayla. Well, I don't like to say this, but the man is my father, right? And to you, he's your husband for a very long time now, right? I'm sure you might choose not to divorce him, but I'll leave that all up to you. No matter what choice you make here, I'll have your back, Mom.
Today's a big day for us. So, how are things with the divorce papers? Also, where are you right now, Reagan?
So you've finally woken up, huh? Good morning. I'm going to hand in the divorce papers right now. I was just taking a small walk before doing so, though.
Oh, so you can hand them in for me now then?
Yep. I was going to divorce you today, just like you were asking for. But before I get to the courthouse, is there anything else you have to say to me?
Huh? Anything else I have to say to you? Good work being my wife for so many years. That good?
So you're not even going to tell me about your lady friend at all then? I hear that you've become very attached to a very young girl and all, so I was thinking it would be nice of you to finally give me the reason for why you wanted this divorce.
What?
I know everything about the young girl you've been trying so hard to stay with. And you already went and explained happily to that girl that you and I would be getting a divorce now, right?
I was thinking this divorce would go off without a hitch. Did you actually go out and look into what's going on with me behind my back? What the hell ever happened to people having some privacy?
What privacy are you talking about, Darian? You were talking all about how Kayla will be out of your hair now and that you wanted to live the next part of your life on your own. You went on about all these things regarding being by yourself and enjoying your time, only to have me find out that this was all for a girl the same age as Kayla? Are you really just going to sit there and act as though what you're doing is healthy?
Shut the hell up. We're already getting this divorce. How about you lay off me now? Just shut your mouth. Go hand in those papers for me.
Huh? Why are you trying to hide all of that from me?
You already looked into everything, right? Therefore, you already know how cute of a girl she is. The day I met with her was the day I realised just the kind of woman she could become. She's the kind of girl that deserves to stand next to me for the rest of her life. Unlike an old hag like yourself, she's both young and smiley, just like the woman of my dreams.
Darian, are you being serious right now? That girl is the same age as your daughter, Kayla. What is all this talk about you making her your wife and crap?
Same age as my daughter? That has nothing to do with what I want to do with her. She just so happens to be the same age as Kayla. So what?
Uh-huh, I see. So that's what you have to say about it then? Well, if that's the case, then that's all I needed to hear. I am seriously disappointed in you now, but who cares, right? At least now I'm feeling pretty all right with handing in these papers.
All right. Hurry up and get those in, right? I got no use for a woman like you anymore. As for all those things like raising Kayla, doing the chores, thank you very much. Now it's time for me to get remarried to a much younger girl.
Kayla's laughing her ass off right now.
What?
She's sitting right next to me, practically wetting herself laughing. This girl has always been so carefree, right? And right now just goes to show just how laid back she really is, laughing at her own dad, who she's learned is such a fool.
Wait a second. Sitting next to you? Where are you right now? You told me you were just going for a little walk, was all, before handing in the papers, right?
That's true, but I'm walking to her graduation first. And once I've arrived there, I'll go to the courthouse since her high school's right next to it. There is a little bit of time before the graduation starts, though, so she's joining me to go to the courthouse right now.
So that's what's going on. This means that Kayla has heard from you already about the divorce.
That's right. And she told me I can do whatever I want in this divorce. That's why I'm planning to talk to everyone at the graduation today about the divorce. I even plan to talk with the one girl you've been so deeply invested in, May.
What?
I'm sorry about that, Darian. She probably doesn't go by May at the local strip club, right? Oh, what was it again? Sparkle?
What?
Oh, everyone's starting to laugh about this now. Not only is your daughter laughing so hard right now, but so is Sparkle. Those two went through all the trouble of having their makeup done for today, but their tears are starting to ruin it all. They're going to need me to redo their makeup here soon.
What? Wait. What's going on right now? Sparkle's laughing. What? She's with you now as well? At the graduation ceremony? And wait, what, May? That's Sparkle's real name?
Jesus. Dad, have you gone off the deep end or what for May? I can't believe this serious man I called Dad all my life is now starting to freak out because Mom and I are here with May. I can't even begin to stop myself from laughing right now. But good God, Dad, what the hell is wrong with you? Hiya, Dad. I heard about this from Mom already, but congratulations on getting a divorce. Are you going to head over to the strip club later and propose to May or something? Oh, I mean Sparkle. Well, I think you shouldn't do something like that, considering you'd be proposing to the same girl that's been my friend since middle school. And if you've already gotten an engagement ring and everything, that's kind of a waste.
Hold on. What the hell is all of this about right now? What do you mean your friend from middle school?
You have been aware that her and I are the exact same age, right? And well, that would also mean today she's having her graduation ceremony, like me. She also works at a strip club here in town, so of course she must have grown up in this town, right? So if you actually put some thought into it, you'd probably start to think she might even be a friend of mine.
Well, I thought about something like that being the case. At your school, your middle school, there was a lot of kids there, right? So I just assumed there was a high chance you weren't friends with her or anything. Definitely not best friends.
Oh, that's right. Back when I was in middle school, you were so focused on your job that you never even bothered to be around the house when I had friends over. So you would have never been aware of the fact that May is one of my best friends, and that her and I have been trying to stay in touch with one another through high school.
Kayla? So is Sparkle really named May?
That's right. The #1 most popular stripper at that club right now, Sparkle, just so happens to be my friend May. Yet for some reason, my dad, of all people, has fallen in love with my friend and wants to marry her. Not only has she told me about all the stories of how terrible of a customer you are there, but now she's going to have to think about having you kicked out of the club for good. Honestly, the only thing I can do about all of this is laugh.
I'm not some terrible customer there. I'll never go there, cause any trouble for anyone. I don't even remember her ever telling me that I've made her uncomfortable before. I also happen to be a very understanding boyfriend to her and know what she has to do for work. That's why I do my best to go there as much as possible, to take up her time and pay for her. If anything, I'm kind of a gentleman for doing all that.
Oh, wait, come on now. You're actually going to make me piss my pants, Dad. What the hell was that all about you being her boyfriend just then? Oh, you are 100% the most disgusting man I have ever heard about.
Did you just call your dad disgusting?
You're not my dad anymore. Not only have you started to go to the strip club to be around your daughter's friend all the time, but you've gone and called yourself her boyfriend for some reason and think that you actually have a chance of marrying her? I don't need a dad as embarrassing as you are.
Excuse me?
By the way, go have a look at your face in the mirror, please. You honestly think that a young woman such as May would ever want anything to do with you? You have nose hairs longer than the Nile River, a head as bald as Antarctica, and so many rolls on your neck that you look like a turkey. No self-respecting woman would ever want you around them saying you're going to marry them.
Did you just say I look like a turkey?
The only reason May has ever been kind to you is for your money and because you're a customer. All of that smiling and kindness from her and all those cute texts from her to you, all of that was just a part of her job. Even I know that. However, someone as old as you couldn't pick up on what was going on. You literally are the grossest old fart around.
Huh?
No way my cute friend over here is ever going to become your little wife, you geezer. If you've picked up on what I've put down for you, don't you ever go to that strip club again. I'll make sure that May tells the bouncers to keep your ass out of there forever, just in case.
Are you kidding me? Her and I really have something between us. I don't give a damn if she's been a friend of yours since middle school. Get out the way of our love.
Ugh, you're screwed. Can't even take a hint, can you? I need to go and tell Mom to hurry it up with handing in the divorce papers before you start making any sense of what you're doing.
You're the one who's screwed, calling your own dad disgusting and gross while also calling him a turkey. After this divorce has happened, don't you ever come around me ever again.
The same goes for you, asshole. Don't you ever come around my mom or I ever again.
Reagan, hurry up and come back to this house. I need you to care for my injuries right now.
What was that?
Tonight, I went out to see May at the strip club. I had a thing of flowers with me, and I was going to tell her congratulations on the graduation. I was also going to tell her about the divorce and bring her an engagement ring, but when I got to the front door, they told me I was banned and wouldn't let me inside. And when I started to call May, she wouldn't answer any of my calls.
And when you realized the truth about how she really does not like you, it broke your heart, and now you want me there to fix it?
This has nothing to do with my heart right now. I need you to tend to my face. I tried to force my way past the bouncer with all my strength, but right as I got past him, an even bigger man came around the corner, punched me so hard on the cheekbone it split it open, knocked me out. When I came to, a couple of seconds later, he told me to get lost before he made it impossible for me to walk home. He then went and stamped on both the flowers I had for May and chucked the ring into a sewer drain. My face freaking hurts like hell right now. But hurry up and come to the house so you can treat my wounds.
I don't care about your wounds. You and I are divorced now.
I'll have the divorce taken back. If I'm not going to be able to marry her, then there's no reason for me to divorce you. Sir Reagan, hurry up and come back to me. You can be my wife again.
Huh? No way you're being serious about that now.
There's no way a woman as old as you, who's been a housewife for so long, could live on your own now, right? You won't be able to find yourself any work, so you need me to take care of you. So come back here, now.
Let's not be too hasty with all the BS here, all right? I already have myself a job and a house now. And so far, living on my own for less than a day has been great.
What did you say?
I went and talked with May about working at the strip club, and they've been looking for another bouncer to stand out back. So I asked her to please tell them I'd want to work there, and they let me join them.
You're going to work at a strip club now? And the same one that May's at?
The owner just so happens to be a very caring person. When I told her about what had happened to me, she said to me right away that I'd be getting the job. Considering that as a housewife I'd done things like cleaning and cooking all the time for you, I was also used to handling you when you got out of line or totally wasted. So because of that, not only will I be working here as a bouncer with those two big men you met earlier, but I'll also be making a little extra for cooking up meals for everyone. I was just hearing some loud banging from outside not too long ago. That must have been the moment my coworker Kurt punched you in the face and knocked you out. I'll have to ask him about how that went down later. He'll probably want something great to drink as well after his fist had to meet with the face of such a disgusting old man.
Wait. Are you really going to work at that strip club for the time being? I'm telling you right now that you can come back to me, become my wife again. You'd rather abandon me, work at a place like that?
Well, since I'm aware that you're not allowed here anymore, I feel compelled to work here. Now you take good care of your face. Let's both have a wonderful time living this next part of our lives on our own. After that, my ex-husband Darian tried coming into the strip club many more times. But every single time, both of those bouncers downstairs handled him and made sure he had no way of getting to me at the top. This made both myself feel good as well as May, who was the most worried about him. Actually, Darian has been trying so hard and so often lately that every time he comes, he is looking worse and worse, like he's been hit by a few cars now. But what's made things even worse for the loser is he'll go into work looking that way as well, causing himself to become the laughingstock of the whole office building. Soon rumors started to spread as well regarding what's happening with him, and his boss decided it was time he was moved out of their office building. As of right now, the only thing I've heard about him is that he was moved to a smaller office on the other side of the state, where he's now having to live in company housing while working 6 days a week. As for what's been happening with my daughter Kayla, she's been working some while also studying some at school. But when she has a hard day at either of those two places, she'll come on over to the strip club and relax with May and myself.